Schleich MMA. Welcome to my breakdown on UFC 327 Proskauer versus Oldberg. My energy's a little lower than it was originally because this is my third time trying to shoot this video and the UFC website sucks. So we're doing it on ESPN, which isn't much better, but we got it. We're breaking down the full card, first time on the channel. As you know, becoming less and less casual of a fan. First fight was 27 cards ago. Can you believe it? My first real sit-down UFC watch was 27 cards ago. And now we're here at 327. We're breaking down the full card. Francisco Prado versus Charles Ratique. Think that's how you say it. I don't care to learn it because these guys are a bunch of nobodies. Prado was a layup fight for Christopher Alvarez. He was a Contender Series guy that I watched. Great guy, great hands, really good all around. And looking at this Charles guy, he kind of reminds me of him. He's pretty good all around. Obviously, nowhere near as good as Christopher, but this is a toss-up fight. I don't really know too much about these guys. I know Prado kind of fights like a hoe, so I'm definitely gonna go with Charles. Prado is just he's shit striking. He is very vulnerable for these shots. He doesn't get finished too often. Young guy, but I don't think he is going to be able to beat Charles on a short notice. So I'm going with Charles by decision. And apologies, I just heard my door open. But we're moving on to KG. A big belly boy. Jeez, lo fucking wheeze. This guy is not even, I mean, it looks like he's got stretched, like if I were to like paste an image and like widen him. That's what that image looks like, but just torso up. Legs look, he's got normal middleweight legs and just a sack of shit on top above the hips. But anyway, this is actually a very fun fight. Kevin Gastelum versus Venente Luque. I believe Gastelum's coming off a win versus I think a bag of Ritz crackers. So not too exciting, but we know KG. He's a scrapper. Luque, good grappler. Solid striker as well. But I just don't see him getting a finish on Gastelum, especially a submission. I think he's only really been submitted by Sean Brady, which is at welterweight. I don't know how he made welterweight or why they put him at welterweight. I guess because he's stubby. But yeah, I don't see Luque choking him out. Pretty sure Luque just lost to Joel Alvarez in a decision. I'm surprised that, I don't know, I'd like to see Joel Alvarez get some comp here soon, like a big name. Kevin Gastelum definitely could have been a sell for that, I think. But Venente Luque is fighting him. I want to go with Luque, but I just can't trust him that he's going to be able to beat Gastelum in a decision, because that's where I think this is going to go. I think it's going to be 3 rounds. Good striking, but I think Gastelum's just going to be too much on the feet, and Luque is not going to be able to really get those body locks for those takedowns that he wants, because, I mean, look how wide he is. He's built like my grandfather, R.I.P. Big belly. But I think his boxing is just going to be too much. Southpaw versus Orthodox. I know the Orthodox guys don't really like going up against Southpaws, and that's what's going to be going on. So yeah, give me Kevin KG by decision. And I'm going to take a quick pause and shut my door before I... All right, screen door shut. Just chug some water. Vibes are good. We're moving on. 2. Chris Padilla versus Marquel Medeiros. Marquel and Chris, I believe they're both undefeated in the UFC. This is a banger. Great fight. Marquel's he's kind of boring, not gonna lie. Padilla, he'll throw some shit, and if you throw some shit, you're gonna be more vulnerable. But I think this Marquel dude just doesn't take those risks. And I'm expecting Marquel to be a favorite. I haven't seen any of the lines, but I like Chris Padilla. Armadillo. Pretty sure his nickname's Taco. But I think his overall game is just better. He's got better striking. He's got better grappling. I don't think we're going to see any grappling, but Marquez likes to fight off the back foot. And with a dangerous guy like that who just jumps forward, you step up on your back foot, at some point or another, you're going to lift that chin up a little bit, and that's exactly what Padilla is going to be. I'm going to call him Taco. That's exactly what Taco is going to be looking for. Paused again, but that's, yeah. He's going to be looking for that step back with that chin open. I don't see Marquel countering him with Padilla's aggression. And I think Marquel is going to get caught. I don't think he's been knocked out yet. But there's a first for everything, buddy. Give me Chris Padilla by knockout in the second round. Yeah. I'll let you know what I'm putting on the lay. But, yeah, that's a fun fight. I expect Padilla to be an underdog. Hopefully not massive. Hopefully this pick doesn't bite me in the ass. But if there is a decision win, I could see it going to Marquel. Just because he's sound, he's a big lightweight, and he's known for it. He's known for the decisions. It'd be cool to see him throw some more punches, but that's what we get. Moving on. Opening fight in the prelims. This is how we do it. Tatiana Suarez versus Lupi Godinez. Gunner. Tatiana, obviously bigger. And would I go with these women's fights? Most likely, unless they truly have some real hype on their name, the top 5 is cemented. And Tatiana is one of those gals that is cemented in the top 5 in the rankings. Probably only going to lose title bouts. And like we even saw it with old girl from the last one. Come on. You guys know what I'm talking about. Who beat Macy Barber? Alexa Grasso. Like, she's one of those top 5 girls. It's like you're just not going to get in the top 5. You're not beating them. Same thing with Casey O'Neill. I know she was in the top 5 and then she got hurt, but now she's building back up and she canned the girl. So I'm going with the same way. Tatiana Suarez, most likely going to win by decision. It's very risky to pick a finish. If anything, I could see a sub, early round 1 or 2 sub, but the safe bet's always the decision. I'm expecting Suarez to be a big favorite in this, and very reasonable. She's bigger, better, more experienced, and yeah, USA all day, baby. Here we go. Tatiana Suarez, money line, cash it. Mateus Gamrot versus Esteban Ribovics. Gamrot is going to have a great performance. Ribovics, see what I put in my notes about this guy. No good wins. Zellhuber and Terrence McKinney fluke. He beat Terrence McKinney in 37 seconds, and I think that was like a year or two ago. I'm a Terrence McKinney fan, but like this guy rushes into fights, and like I said, talking about other dude, like when you rush into fights, you're gonna be more vulnerable for those big counter shots, and that's exactly what happened with Terrence. But Gamrot's not gonna rush into this fight. He's more skillful. He's got, I believe, he has better striking, definitely better ground game. Yeah, Esteban, I think he lost a split decision to Zellhuber, or he beat him in a split decision. Regardless, Zellhuber's mid as shit. Got finished by Bobby King Green. So I have no faith in this guy. I think Gamrot could get a submission win, maybe a cheeky little armbar. I don't know, throwing that out there. Gamrot is coming off a loss versus Charles Oliveira, and it's like I don't know. I want to say Charles is in another prime because we haven't seen him truly try to wrestle like this. I get he beat Max, he beat Chandler, he beat Gamrot. Like, who did he beat? Gamrot's he's not a scrub on the ground. He beat Arman Sarukian. That was a dangerous fight, and Charles just kind of took care of him. I remember I bet Charles more significant strikes. That was horseshit. Whoever counts, don't bet on significant strikes because they're going to count Vegas's way regardless. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Gamrot finishing Esteban Ribovics and Gamrot getting back into that picture of the top lightweights, because I think people just kind of wrote him off after losing to Oliveira. Like, if we go to his record, bam, edited, no big deal. But we look at his record, like he beat Jalen Turner, Fiziev, Dos Anjos. Yeah, he lost to Dan Hooker, but I mean, that was a close fight. That was, I think, the reborn Dan Hooker tatted up. That was a close fight. And then they give him these, they're so weird with how they book him. Like, they give him Fiziev, and then they give him a wash Dos Anjos, and then they give him Dan Hooker, loses a split decision, and then they give him freaking Calvin Klein. Lute Dort Klein. I've never heard of this guy. Maybe I'm a casual for it, but I mean, this dude fights. Okay. Whatever, anyway. Yeah. So I'm going with Gamrot. I think he's just going to be too much for Ribovics on the feet. And if he's too much on the feet, there's nothing to do because you're not winning a bout with Gamrot. His grappling is just too elite. I could see Esteban maybe piecing him up, but I don't. So I'm locking in Gamrot. Put that on the parlay. That's green. Hopefully he's not too big of a favorite. I could see him being like a minus 200, minus 250. If that's what the line is, Vegas, book me. But I like Gamrot. Maybe throwing a sub, but safe to say decision. Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. This is going to be a very, very casual take. And part of me wants to say Randy Brown just so I can build up a little more cred if he gets it done and not be casual. But I do not think he's that. I don't think he's good. I mean, if you look at the recent fights he's had, the dude got chinned by Bonfirm and won a fight in between that and then lost a split decision to Brian Battle, who I've been saying is overrated when people were making it a big deal about him getting cut from the UFC. I'm like, guys, I mean, shit. I don't really have a lot of friends talking about UFC, but in my head I was like, this Brian Battle guy, he may look cool, but like, what does he do? He beats up cans. Congrats, buddy. So does 95% of everyone in the UFC does. Like, there's just some guys that they try to build up, and obviously he was a problem for the organization, and they saw he wasn't that good. And he lost in his last fight in whatever league he's in now, PFL or something. So, yeah, Randy Brown, he's damn, Kevin Holland's 6'3" too? Fuck. Anyway, I mean, they're paired up pretty similar. Kevin's got a little more reach. Kevin's got a better jiu-jitsu background, and I think that if this is on the feet, Randy could get Kevin into some trouble, but I think Kevin's just more evasive, and he's going to be kind of walking forward more in this fight and mixing in that grappling. And I think we're going to see Kevin Holland finish. I think he could choke him out. Be very exciting to see him get back in the win column. And so I'm doing my casual take, and I'm going with Kevin Holland by submission. Up next, we got the Bellator Championship. Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico. And Aaron Pico, I feel bad for him because he came into the UFC with all this hype. I don't know why. Obviously, casual take, but I've never heard of him because I don't watch Bellator or the PFL. But I'm pretty sure, I don't even know if he won a belt. If he did, I think it was a short span. I know Pitbull was a double champ. But, I mean, Lerone Murphy's just a tough first fight to get into, so I'm not going to hate on him too bad like everybody else is. I think what I hear is he does have power in the hands. He's a little bigger than Pitbull, but, I mean, Pitbull lost a close decision versus Yair Rodriguez, and Aaron Pico is not better than Yair Rodriguez. As much as I can't wait for him to get slimed out, I just don't think he's going to have enough for Pico, mixing in takedowns and kind of peppering on the feet. But then again, I really hope Pitbull just gets KO'd because his fight versus Dan Ige was so fucking boring. And I don't know. I'm a Dan Ige fan. Maybe that's the reason why. But I just think Pitbull's overrated too. He's just one of those sound vets, and it's hard to beat a sound vet unless you get him to play your game. I don't know what the fuck Aaron Pico's game is, so we're going to have to see. But I think the safe pick is Pitbull. It'd be very cool to see Aaron Pico knockout and this guy actually be something in the UFC. I mean, he got literally just spinning elbow. That's all we know about Aaron Pico. Spinning elbow to the dome piece. They were talking about him fighting Evloev, and then that being a title contender fight. Stop fucking bum rushing these guys into the UFC, acting like they're going to be shit when they haven't won a fight in the UFC. Give them layups, build them up, and then that way we can have better picks. I don't know what to do here. Part of me wants to say Aaron Pico, but I'm not. Give me Pitbull. Reasons to play Pitbull. I think he's just, like I said, he's better. He's better in like the MMA, that clinch work. He's got solid striking, and then his ground game, I guarantee, is better than Pico's. Yeah, I'd like to see if Pico has that KO power that they're talking about him coming into it. I think the lights were just too bright, maybe, with his fight versus Murphy. That's very possible. I'm sure that the nerves kick in when you're fighting on the UFC stage. But this is his second fight. This is Pitbull's third fight. I think he was a little nervous versus Yair. He wasn't throwing as much. But I think this should be a fun fight. I don't know why they didn't book this for Pico's entrance fight. I think I was talking about it when I heard they was doing Murphy. I was like, why don't you just book these Bellator guys together? and then see who's worthy. Because they didn't fight in Bellator for some reason. But 38-year-old Patricio Pitbull gets to fight 30-year-old Aaron Pico. Fuck 29. So yeah, Pitbull by decision. Moving on. Main card. Cub Swanson versus Nate Landwehr. Give me Go Cubs Go. I think that this is, sources are correct. Pretty sure this is a retirement fight. And like they did with Chiesa, I think this is a potential layup. Nate's kind of blobby. I think he's on a 3-fight losing streak. And this is just screaming Cub Swanson decision. I think he's a better wrestler. I could see him getting a TKO. And, yeah, we're just going Cub money line. I wish I had these lines so I'd have better prepared lays. See if they're meaningful, because I could see Cub Swanson in this being a pick'em, and I could also see Cub Swanson being a minus 500 favorite. So, we're going with Cub Swanson. Not much to talk about. He's old as shit. Damn, 42. 42 versus 37. We got the grudge match happening right now to open up the main card, unfortunately. Moving on. Here we go. This is what I'm fucking talking about. Big name, big promos. Dom, the Blom, Reyes versus Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker. A little bigger. Torso Reyes. I just think he's a better fighter overall. I could see him getting taken down by Johnny Walker, but I just think Johnny Walker's shit. He's very goofy. He's I'm kind of speechless. I just don't think he's good. Surprised he's been in the UFC as long. I think he's just entertaining. That's why people like him. I'm a fan, actually. Yeah, Siri, thanks for playing a song on my phone. If anybody wants Apple Watch Series 7, hit me in the comments. This thing's dog shit. But anyway. Yeah, Dominic Reyes. I think he's going to knock out Johnny Walker. I like the under in this fight. I like Dom Reyes even more, though. Another Southpaw versus Orthodox. Whenever I see these matchups, I always lean towards the Southpaw, because I think it makes it a little more difficult. But Johnny Walker, I'd say, instead of Orthodox, I'd say he's unorthodox, because he's just goofy as shit. You're going to see some flying knees. You're going to see some quick shoot takedowns. It'd be crazy to see Dom get KO'd, because it'd just be another Johnny fluky KO. Pretty sure he KO'd that Chinese bro. But winner of this fight should just, I don't know, should fight Jamal Hill. Holy shit, did I just cook? Winner of this fight's Jamal Hill, Dom Reyes, Jay Hill. I like it. So yeah, give me the torso himself, Dom Reyes. Moving on. We got a picture here, but no picture here. Josh Hokett versus Curtis Blades. I'm feeling very, very weird about this fight. I think Curtis Blades is a safe pick. I think he is the better MMA fighter. Better wrestling, better striking. But it's hard to use all that versus momentum. I think Josh Hokett truly just doesn't fear anyone in the heavyweight division, especially Titty Boy Blades. I think he just looks gross when he's out there, respectfully. But I don't know, Blades just looks too timid. Um, but I think he is just going to be too much. He has good boxing. Josh Hokett has good wrestling. I don't see him manhandling Curtis Blades like he did with his other fights. It's a crazy jump in experience. And that's why I'm going to do the safe bet. I'm going with Curtis Blades. It's not in the lay, but we're picking him. Yeah. Oh, damn. Whoops. Late for work. I'm going to edit all this out, though, so don't worry. Video's going to be great. It's just like that. It's edited out. We're back. We're back from work next day, but same video. Here we go. Alzermat Mirzakadov versus Paulo Costa. I've been going back and forth on this fight. I really don't trust Paulo Costa at all. I never really have watching him fight. But I'm wondering if him moving up to lightweight or light heavyweight is going to be like a better move for him. He won't have that weight cut. I know he was cutting a lot. But I mean, Azamat, obviously undefeated, hasn't had too many huge wins. You know, he's kind of beat the cans of the light heavyweight division. Yeah, he's coming off a knockout win versus Rakic. Rakic is dog shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. My first fight I watched with Rakic was him versus Yuri. Dude's just been downhill since. I know he had the ACL surgery or something, but dude's just not good. I want to pick him in fights, but you just can't. But Paulo Costa is an interesting matchup for him. This fight is definitely gonna stay on the feet, but Paulo Costa doesn't. I don't see him getting KO'd. I think he's gonna be a lot more fast and slicker than what Mirzakadov is used to. But I don't see Costa being an offensive presence to get the scorecards to turn towards him. So that's why I'm going to go with Mirzakadov by decision. Yeah, there's really not much to it. I think he's just going to be just kind of outstriking him in the later rounds. It's going to be a defensive battle. Not surprised if this is a boring-ass fight. I have my my problems with Paulo Costa, but yeah, you know, he's gonna be doing the come on, like he's gonna be showing his hands, telling him to come here, even though he's been getting pieced up, hasn't been throwing anything back. So I think the boxing's just gonna be enough for Mirzakadov. I want him to fight somebody real in the lightweight division or light heavyweight division, because like he's beat Menefield, Rakic, somebody else, but yeah, he's beat the cans of light heavyweight. I feel like this is going to be his first true test. Love to see Costa get the dub. Always good to see an undefeated Russian dude get a stick in that zero column. So yeah, give me Mirzakadov by decision. Moving on. The main event of the evening. Yuri Prochazka versus Carlos Ulberg. You know, Carlos is very good, good strike, but I come to hunt and to kill, and then I bring belt back to Czech Republic and my daughter. Let's go for that. Yuri Masterclass. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Ulberg, a lot more timid guy. Yuri's going to be walking straight forward. So matches like that, when you got someone who's good boxing off the back foot like Ulberg, it's dangerous, but I just don't see Yuri getting colded. I mean, when do you see Yuri get colded? You know? Take out both Pereira matches. When do you see Yuri get colded? When do you even see him like really get like fucked up? Like he was getting pieced by Khalil. He had a little back and forth with Jamal. Rakic, he dominated. The Glover fight, yeah, whatever. But I don't see Olberg being as aggressive as those guys were. I think he's going to be hitting off the back foot, chopping at Yuri's calf. But I think Yuri's going to be just strong, and he's going to be walking forward the whole time. I think an important thing that he needs to do is he needs to start early. A lot of his fights, he gets down a little bit on the scorecard. I don't know if it's something in his brain, but then he starts to flip the switch and go kill. With a 5-round match, I think this is going to be too much for Olberg. I don't see him landing a counter hook, chinning Yuri. And even if he does chin Yuri and he falls, I think Yuri's going to be too dangerous on the ground in those scrambles. And that's why I'm going to go with Yuri Prochazka by submission. Round 3. Round 3 submission. I think there's two ways I see it. I see Yuri getting chinned, falling down, just kind of throw his legs up, kind of like how he did in the end of the first round versus Pereira in the second fight. But he's going to want Carlos to engage. Buddy, don't do that. You're going to get choked out. And then I could also see Yuri just piecing him up and knock down Olberg, and then kind of in a Alexa Grasso fashion, like just knock him out, knock him down, and then just try and take that back rear naked choke, put him out. But I like a submission here. I think Olberg hasn't really shown too much on the feet. He's got good wrestling defense, takedown defense, but I could either see him trying to engage on the ground to hurt Prochazka, or him getting hurt and Yuri finishing it on the ground. So, yeah, I'm going with Yuri. Now, what are we parlaying? That's the real question. You go through this whole card. What's money? What's cash? I'm not doing a whole card lay, but let's just run it through. I like Charles. He's just gonna have better boxing. He's gonna have the answers to Prado's questions. Like I said, Prado was a layup fight for Christopher, so they just found someone to knock him out instead. Even though it's a decision win. So I like Charles. Kevin Big Belly. Kelvin Gastelum. Yeah, I think he's just going to be too much on the feet. Potential knockout. All right. Potential knockout. So I like him. I like Padilla. I think this could be a fight of the night, but I think Padilla is just going to land more of those exciting, hurtful shots. And Marquell's really just not going to have anything. He's going to land some counters off the back foot, but I think Padilla's forward pressure is just going to be too much. So another decision. Tatiana Suarez. Put her on the parlay. I think I just looked at the odds, and she was like a minus 150 favorite. So that's good parlay money. There's no way Loopy beats her. I'm going to keep it real. It's that top 5 curse. I don't even know what Loopy's ranked, but I got a feeling it's not in the top 5. This is another layup fight for Tatiana to get back in the title picture. So put it on the lay. Tatiana Suarez, leg 1. Leg 2, Mateus Gamrot. And now you could do by finish, but I suggest you don't. This is a money line parlay. I believe he will beat Esteban Ribovics. Even Gamrot's just off the back foot boxing, I feel like could be a good presence for Esteban's pressure. But we already broke it down. So give me Gamrot, put him on the parlay. Kevin Holland, Do not put him on the parlay, but bet on him. I'm feeling pretty confident that he's going to beat Randy Brown. Two fluky brothers. They're going to scrap. It's going to be a good match. But I think Kevin's just going to have what it takes to finish this fight. Patricio Pitbull. I did just check the odds for this, and Pico's a huge favorite. I don't know why, but for that reasons, Vegas knows more. Don't put him on a parlay. If you want a nice little straight bet, Pitbull's, I think, a 3-1 underdog, or whatever that means. But yeah, he's a huge underdog. I'd put him on the lay. Or no, do not put him on the lay. But if you want to do a little straight bet, that's a good return. Cub Swanson, Nate Landwehr. You know, I'm picking Cub for the retirement, but it's not a safe bet, so we're not putting it on the lay. Dominic Reyes. I know I said it was going to be a knockout, but I would not be surprised if a decision. I could see both of these guys just retard maxing all the way to the top. But I do think Dominic's going to win this fight. I don't see him losing at all, unless Johnny Walker lays on him the whole time, but I don't think that's going to happen. So put Dom Reyes on the lay. That's 3 legs, I believe. Curtis Blades. Gosh, bro. I want to put him on the lay. I really do. But I'm nervous. I'm scared. I don't see him getting manhandled by Josh Hokett with these grappling exchanges. So, I mean, if you're feeling risky, if you want a nice little 4th leg on the lay, throw Big Kurt on there. I think he's like a 2-1 favorite, not big at all. Very surprising that Hokett's already got that much respect from Vegas, but hey. So, if you want, throw Big Kurt on there. I'm not going to say do it. Mirzakhanov, I'd throw him on the lay. I just don't see Paulo winning this. I don't know why they booked this fight. It's a very weird fight to me. But then again, I probably won't even put this on the lay. But, you know, it's feeling good. Yada, yada, yada. And you know we're putting my boy on the lay. We're confident in Yuri. He's not getting chinned by Olberg. And he's going to choke out Carlos Olberg. So recapping the lay, we got Yuri Prohaska, Dominic Reyes, Mateus Gamrot, and Tatiana Suarez. If you want to make it a big better, throw Big Kurt and throw Mirzakhanov on there. If I had to be confident in one, gosh, bro, I'd say Curtis Blades. I mean, I don't know why I'm so nervous for this fight. I mean, I'm not nervous. I don't give a fuck, but I'm nervous to pick because, to be honest, I haven't watched any of Josh Hokett's fights. I missed them all, and he's dominating. But I mean, most of the dudes at the bottom of the heavyweight division are dog shit. So Kurt's that top 5 gatekeeper. We'll see. Shut up, Siri. We'll see. But yeah. Bam. Those are my little quick editing right there. But those are my picks for UFC 327. Yeah. And if you guys are new to the channel, you know, check it out. 10 fights we need post-March, the March Madness. And yeah, 15 fights we need. A lot of these aren't happening. But they're fun videos, so check them out. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the card. Hopefully I can watch it. Well, one of my friends, stupid jackass, has a birthday on Saturday, so I'm going to be that guy at the bar with Paramount on the cellular. So make sure you guys enjoy the fights, win some money, drop a comment, you know. Let me know how we're feeling. And yeah, God bless.